Well, YouTube, finally 20. It's a little crazy. Crazy to hear, crazy to say, crazy to feel. Boy, it felt like the ceiling was capped until I got to this point. Now, I'll breach past that ceiling, but like, that's crazy. See myself hit 20. Have my mama see me hit 20. It's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna do a guide to make it to your 20s. 20 things to make it to your 20s. So we go 20 for 20. So just a little tips and stuff I learned along the way that I can hopefully share with y'all to help y'all. Tip number 1 is surviving. Straight, plain and simple. Know what you need, your necessities, your rations. You need to bathe, so you need to know to have that in your plan, either for your day-to-day activity, especially if you're like an athlete or something like that, or also in your budget. Like, as you get older, you're gonna realize, like, oh, I gotta buy the soap. Mom can't buy the soap. I gotta buy laundry detergent. I gotta buy food. So, survival, food, water. You can keep it basic, but like, you know what you need to survive. But if not, I can do a video on that too if you don't know the necessities that you need to survive, which is okay. 3, have control of yourself at all times. Everything that you do in life is 90% mental, okay? Whether you get up and go to work, whether you feel motivated to go on and get through school, whether you feel motivated to wash your dishes or brush your teeth, whether you want to become an influencer or go to school for dentistry or become an electrician, that's motivation that comes from mental. Then a lot of stuff is like, what do I want to be? That's mental. That's a mental challenge you got to come up with yourself. Arguments too. Like, if you won't let people beat you in arguments if you are more mentally aware. So if you start hearing people just like basically just yapping, just barking, like, you'll know, like, A, they just want a reaction out of me, and B, that they want me to like come down to that level with them, because then they win because they've got me to become to that level. So even if you've won the argument, still mentally you gotta be prepared. Things like awkwardness. If you're mentally is a mental block for a lot of people, but you can get past it. Awkwardness is just a state of the mind, which is okay to be awkward. Awkwardness is a survival instinct, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Fear is a survival instinct, but those are two things that you also have control over. Same thing with lust. That is hormonal. That is all mental too. You can control your lust and your urges, all if you control your mental. So, mental strength. Number 3, weighing your options. If something, even though I like one thing, but the options don't outweigh, you shouldn't do it. I mean, like, if it's like really close, what's your pros and cons? It's a 50-50 coin toss. But like, if you're like, oh, this is really bad for me, really bad for what I have planned, just get me in a world of trouble, just anything of that nature. Like, if you feel tested and you know that you're going to have a guilty conscience afterwards, don't do it. Because it's so easy to make that split-second decision and do something impulsive that you just felt right in the moment, and then afterwards full-on regret it. And then the problem with that is that you got to live with whatever you did for the rest of your life. You got a lot of years to go. My mama always told me that if you keep it clean, you don't have to clean it. For instance, stuff's gonna get a little dirty, okay? But if you keep your bathroom clean, you really don't have to clean it, especially when it's time to clean. Like, just keeping tidiness up. Your room, your dishes, keep your laundry folding up, and guess what? That keeps you in a better mental space too, because you won't be so pressured about what's going on around you, be like, oh, my room's dirty. Well, not one, anxious to clean it up, and two, like, you feel like your world's collapsing on you. You have control over the small things. So as long as you keep it clean, keep it up, you know, there's gonna be times where you gotta clean up a little bit more than what you've done, but you still have control over it. Just handle it. That also goes with your character. If you keep your character clean, as long as you're doing the right things that you believe in your heart is right, it don't matter what everybody else believes. It matters what you believe in your heart. If you're doing what's right to you and what you feel like is going to get you in a better position, and or it's justifiable by your morals, then you're doing the right thing. That's the only thing that matters. Number 5, nobody cares. And I know that's such an easy thing to say, but realistically, nobody cares. Right now I'm recording this video, there's people out there watching me. They're like, oh, what's he doing? Alright, cool, go back to doing their thing. Same thing, if you're on social media, you realize when you're scrolling through TikTok, Instagram Reels, IG Reels, like, that's all instant gratification. But whatever they're doing is temporary. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, what is this person, you know, doing in the next 30 seconds after this video? Like, you might go follow them and look, but like, you're not. Those are the people that care, those are their fan base, but like, for the masses, nobody cares. If you go slip and fall in the grocery store and break a gallon of milk, guess what? They're gonna clean it up. You might get a hee hee ha ha. It's 3 minutes max of experience, and then after that, it's no one remembers. Like, they might remember it years later, but they're not gonna remember you. They're gonna remember the incident, but not, like, you're not. No one cares. 6 is you are who you hang around, and that's such a strong, like, saying, and you probably hear it since you legit, like, you gonna hear it since you probably come out the womb. Like, it's such a real statement too, because if you hang around people that stay on that all day long, it's gonna be like, all right, cool, I'll get on it and do it too. If you hang around hustlers, you're gonna be a hustler. If you hang around athletes, you want to be an athlete. Like, as long as you're around people that want to build you up, it's gonna continue to build you up. Now, it's okay to have people outside your norm. You know, it's okay to have what's it called? It's okay to have acquaintances. That's just a part of the game. It's okay to have people over in this corner and do their thing, and you have your thing, and to mingle and mix here and there. But at the end of the day, you gotta watch who you really are around at all times, because you'll be influenced to do wrong things, you'll be influenced to do right things depending on who you're around. And especially whatever journey you're going on in your life, that's something that you gotta have control over, is who you allow to influence you, because we are influenced at all times. 6, take a second to smell the roses. It is okay to take a slow day. It is okay to take time off, because it's your journey. There's nobody starting where you started. There's no one ending up where you're ending. They may be in similar situations, but nothing in life happens twice. It can be similar, it will never happen twice. So sometimes we can become overwhelmed with stuff like that. So it is best to just sit back and smell the roses, which just means take it slower. Love, you know, find something to do just simple that day. Just time off. Your well-being is what matters, because you got to keep it flowing. You got to keep yourself up, because ain't nobody else will. At the end of the day, it's gonna be just you. Number 7, you are your biggest obstacle. You got to determine where you want to go, where you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to eat, at what time, when, where, what, why, how, who you fall in love with, where you go to school, if you go to school, what country you want to live in, what do you want to do for a profession, do you want to be in a profession, do I want to say, screw it, I'll just bounce home to home. Like, it's all up to you. You are your biggest determiner. So you need to be able to take time mentally, even if it's 5 minutes out the day, and tell yourself, hey, who I want to be or where I want to become. Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Starting with the man in the mirror. Or female, or they, them. That's up to you, you know. Yeah. But that's still a mental thing that you gotta really get through. Especially when you're coming up, especially when you're a teenager. When you're a teenager and it's nothing but hormonal instincts, and you're like, dang, I feel really deep, dark inside, like I wanna like create better for myself, and like I'm mentally, like I'm going through it and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of us have been there. That's okay. But you gotta go on and building blocks for yourself. It's something that everybody goes through. It's that chemical imbalance, you know, and also whatever's happened in your life stack up to this point too. So, and if anytime if you need somebody, you're always welcome to contact me too. I'll never stray away from trying to help somebody. But yeah, you gotta decide who you want to be, at what time, and when and where. Setting goals. Where? It's kind of like a touch on the last one, but setting goals. If I say, hey, I want to be done with school at this point, how do I get to that point? See, if you set big goals, you know how to align little goals to get to that big goal. I don't care if you want to be an accountant. I don't care if you want to be the best janitor in the country. As long as you set your goals and you figure out ways to achieve them, you're moving towards something that you want to be, and something that I personally am proud of you for doing. So always set your goals. You gotta write them out, talk them out, run them out, whatever you gotta do. Set your goals. You are in control of whatever you are in control of. That sounds weird, but realistically, you're not in control of which situation you're born in. You're not in control of who's your parents, what their income was looking like, what they were doing, and so on and so forth, generations down. You are in control of what you do to this point, who you interact with, who you don't interact with, what you do and what you don't do. You are in control of everything once you are here with us. Even as a toddler, you're in control of what toys you're interested in. You're in control of what toys you're not interested in. And even when you're little, you're still in control of who you like and don't like. You might not like Becky because she hit you or stole your toy, and you know, that's, as all things in life, with every action is a reaction. So later down the line, you might be able to joke about it later, but you were in control even then on what you did. Now, not saying that you had the best way of controlling it, but as you get older, you are absolutely in your control. I say it is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to handle your business. So make sure to always handle that up. I said people pull up on me. They asked what I was doing. Told them I'm doing something for my birthday. That was really nice of them. I mean, you know, looking down and be like, okay, what's this guy doing staring at a camera? It's cool, you know. They were really good people. I really do appreciate it. That made bro, the amount of birthday wishes and stuff, bro, and that really made my day, because they ain't had to come over here and ask me and tell me happy birthday. That's love. That's love. One thing about me that you can always ask is, how can we make money? Because that one thing about me is I can tell you 1,000,001 ways to do it. You need to be in control of your finances. As you get older, I don't care if you make $500 a month to $100,000 a month and everything in between. You need to be in control of what you spend your money on, how you spend your money, where you want it. You are in control whether you retire early, or you retire at the normal time, or you retire late. Now, you're not always in control of what job you have, or if you have a job, or if you have a vehicle. Finances includes purchasing the vehicle. Finances includes buying your bath soap, your food, your water, your laundry detergent. That's stuff that you know, especially with people coming to age. And even if you go to school, full ride scholarship on sports, academics, or anything, eventually you will come to a path where you have to start paying for stuff. You are going to be broke. I know it's like crazy to say, oh my God, he said that. Like, unless you're born in a wealthy family, you're not gonna have wealth. Even if your parents make decent, good living, even in middle class, you're not gonna have money. Now, you might have some parents that do allowances and stuff like that. They'll give you a little bit, but you aren't gonna have money, and that's okay, because you're not supposed to. Sounds crazy, but think about it real quick. Who is giving you all the money? And if you have all that money, how'd you get it? If it's something of like networking connections that you created on your own, it's not family, that's awesome. But you're still of the 0.01%. You see what I'm saying? The normal person your age does not have even $5,000 saved. The global wealth You are richer than 50% of the world. I think it's 54% of the world if you have $5,000. Or if you make over $5,000. That's just make. But in America, I think it's 90. I'm another statistic. Ooh, I want to say 96%. 60%? I don't remember. But like 60% of people don't have the means for all of a sudden emergency hospital trip. They don't have $5,000 saved. So it is absolutely okay to understand that you're broke. Because hopefully you won't want to stay broke. And if you do, it's up to you as well. That's what you want to do with your life. Some people like just sitting on government assistance and just like moving on in life. You know, that's why we have this system. Now, I'm not encouraging it because a lot of people have a problem with it, because government assistance is to assist you to come up the ladder and then to help people down the ladder. But unfortunately, I have my own views on that. Not that in particular, Section 8, but like how the system doesn't trickle back down, starting with, yeah, but that's nor here nor there. But yeah, you are in control of that. You are in control of your finances. Don't let people have access to you. Do your own thing. Have control of who you allow to see what you do and what you don't do. Because if you have mystery to you, you have more control. People are more curious when you have mystery to you. Who is that? What are they doing? Why are they doing that? But when you have more of that, when you have more mystery, you have more control over the conversation. Do your research, man. If you want to know something, it's out there. If you want to learn something, it's out there. If you want to teach something, it's out there. Or you know it. Do your research on people, on who you interact. Most people are Googleable. Like, if you find a mentor, like my real estate mentors, they're all Googleable. Like, I do my research on them, because who are you and what can you provide for me if you're not a fraud? Then you can research whatever you're interested in learning. Like, Harvard has classes and like political science that are free and stuff like that. Like, there's always something out there. There's always somebody out there. There's always things to learn. You should always create knowledge. Knowledge is always going to be your best friend. Because one thing about us is that we gon' like, as humans, is we learn. Now, sometimes it can be boring to sit in class and sit there and listen to lectures and not be interested in what you're learning. But if it's something that you're interested in learning, you're going to want to learn it. I'm a strong believer in karma, and what comes around goes around. So you need to be considerate to other people. I don't care if you dislike them. That's why I make sure, even if I don't like you for 3 seconds out the year, I'm gonna tell you happy birthday, because everybody deserves a birthday. Cause we all just floating on this rock at the same time. But be considerate, man. You don't know what somebody going through. Like, people are in so many different backgrounds and so many different countries and so many different problems. Like, even just day to day, your boss might have just got divorced last night. Your best friend might have just got cheated on. Somebody might have passed away in their life. Like, I just had a friend that lost their mom. Like, you gotta be considerate. Not saying that you have to be just like on your knees, you know, just but like, it's just a part of being human, like the courteousness. Because like, I'm a strong believer in karma. Like, if you're not, then, you know, not saying you gotta go out your way to figure out what's wrong with them, but like, that's energy. Like, you don't even want that to come back to you and bite you in the butt. Like, playing around about death, like, even when people say, like, just talking about death, like, it brings it to you. It's just not something that you really want to have around you, so it's not speaked into existence. You never know who's watching. Lil Yachty just found a dude off TikTok, and now he's his cameraman or editor. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I should do my research more, you know. I always know what I'm talking about, but I did see it. He did talk about it. It is out there if you want to go find it. But yeah, he said the same thing. He said, you don't know who's watching. Especially with the new day and age, the algorithm is meant to find somebody. If you're being recruited, like if you're on things like Twitter and stuff like that, they're going to check everything. your boss if you're like moving up to a big company. Like, I was talking to one of my classmates the other day, and she was talking about how I should record our little parties that we have, and I was like, no, because I feel like I would be removing somebody's chance to be successful down in the future, because they're always looking, they're always checking. There's people that career is to do background checks, like deep dives, figure out your MySpace, figure out whether you're being like somebody pretending to be you. Like, that's their job. Private investigators, that's their job, to go find stuff. And that's a great career, but know that somebody's always watching. Back to what I was talking about, the new day and age where people find you. You might have freaking Jason Derulo find your TikTok. You might have Jordan Ramsay find you cooking on YouTube. Like, the algorithm is now meant for stuff like that to be found, especially if you put the right stuff out. Consistency. Reminds me of the TikTok audio. But man, consistency is going to be your greatest best friend. Like, you can go from not knowing nothing about something. That's right. Not knowing a single thing about a topic or an activity or something, and you can continue to work on it and tweak it and become great at it. Like, when I was playing football, I wasn't great, because up to middle school, until I got to high school, I didn't need to know nothing. This whole gap of time, all I needed to know was smack. Let's just run into him, knock him down. You know, the whole targeting stuff didn't even matter. But when I got to high school, it's like, okay, how do I not target? Because I just run with my head into them. Okay, hand-eye coordination. And by the time when it was over, I was actually decent at it. But it took like those years of just being like, hey, let me learn this. And about 2 years, my first year I was on varsity, but about 2 years I was already like, but I had good coaches too. Mentors, always find good mentors, but consistency still got me there. Like, they can say all they want, but me getting in that weight room, me getting out and doing this content stuff, even people like Quan, or who's someone popping, Kai, I think most people know Kai, I Show Speed, Megan Thee Stallion, SZA, Kendrick Lamar. Those are people that had to be consistent, because they are still out here making content. Music is still content. Streaming's content, YouTube's content. Who's a car channel? Oh, there's car channels out there too. Like, somebody wants to see something, hear something, play something. Just find that niche and stay consistent. Know your why. Why do you want to do it? Why do I want to be a realtor? Because I want to help people get in better homes and fix up rural communities, as well as I want to sell commercial real estate, which is anything that has to do with business, because initially, can't lie, it's great money. That's why realtors get into it. It's shown to be great money throughout existence. It's fine that you can say it's for the money, because everybody got to eat. Not everybody wants to be comfortable. I mean, yeah, it's sales, but like, that's still a niche market too. But I know why I want to get into it, because the life I want to provide for my children, which I know I'm only 20, but I was still thinking this way when I was 12. Like, when I was younger, I was like, how do I get where I want to be? I used to be like, okay, I'm gonna go pro in sports. But even as I had college opportunities and couldn't do it due to my health, I still know where I stand, and I think college would have still been the end for me, which is fine. You know, I had that goal and ambition and drive to get me. I still got somewhere, but that just wasn't in my cards, which is okay, because I found the next cards. Think on your own. There's no guide to everything, but think on your own, because no one's going to be moving you to a different country if you want to go to a different country. No one's getting you your passport. No one's, like, there's not a whole bunch of no one, but like, you'll find good people around, and you might even have your parents until you're 70, you know. But a lot of cases, you have to do stuff on your own. It just comes with becoming an adult. You'll find resources and good people around, but a lot of stuff you gotta handle on your own. It's just is a part of the system, and that's okay, because it's part of life. Just something that, it takes time to come to terms with, and that's okay. But how you gonna pursue music if you don't think on your own? No one's out here singing or rapping for you. How you gonna pursue dance on your own? No one's dancing for you. How you gonna travel on your own? You can do that, but no one's doing that for you. How you gonna become a dermatologist on your own? Because no one's doing it for you. So you gotta figure out how to get there on your own. Even accounting, even my real estate, I still have to figure out where the classes are, how far they are from me, how many classes I gotta take, if I even need classes. Sometimes you don't even need them, if you know what you're talking about. How much it is. Always how much it is. Prioritize your health, whether that's mental, physical, spiritual, whatever. Make sure that you're good at all times. Make sure you're able to keep functioning and moving on. Like, you can do the things that you want to do, say the things that you want to say, believe in what you want to believe in, but at the end of the day, you still got to be good yourself. You can't continue to do those things if you aren't good. It's like if you get alcohol poisoning, or you pass away from consuming too many stuff, that's stuff that you got to have control over. So you got to take care of your health. Hey, you see that? That's me. That's me right there. I can't count. Again, the ADHD gets the best of me. I got to 19. So for 20, it's gonna be real simple, y'all. You see this? 19. It's not gonna be, learn to count. It's not gonna be, prioritize this, take care of that. It's not gonna be learn backflip, handstand. It's not gonna be learn to craft this, learn to jump there. It's gonna be something real simple. It's gonna be LOL. Not laugh out loud. It's live, laugh, love. No. It's LLL. Sorry. LLL. Live, laugh, love. Best way to live life. You laugh about it, you live about it, and you love it. You love the people in your life, you laugh with them, and you live with them. You love your dog, it makes you laugh. Live, laugh, love. The 3 L's.